Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Amateur League. We are starting off here in Winners Round 1, and this is Shreko in the blue color. Definitely one of those players that's always around, and I'm happy to have him around again for sure. Playing as Yap Yap here on the other side of Bedrock in the red color is the total opposite, a brand new player to our tournaments. Blorgus 22 will be bringing some Atriox to the table. But what's interesting here is Blork did watch absolutely everything, so you know, he should know what's up. And they're pretty competitive with each other in terms of rating, so I'm really hopeful for this one. Let's see. Actually, Shreko seems to be losing the chopper, so that initial little skirmish definitely went into Blork's favor. But now we have a problem where we made the sensor tower too early and couldn't afford pads. So build order definitely not the way it should be. You gotta pick up the blues all around the map, right? And leaving the home one alone just means that you're not going to be able to afford all these things at once, especially with the generator second build. It's just a little bit too much. Now Shreko is also definitely behind. He is called Freakachu in this. He is Shreko, don't worry, we've checked. Yeah, we've got the power extractor upgrading. He's buying his mini bases all around the map, so that's good. Nobody's gonna steal any of that. Even though Blorgus did try, it's typically worth it to try and steal. Although against Yap Yap, I'm gonna say that they just put down one raid camp and get out their little grunt rider boys. Those tear down buildings quick. Now as Atriox, you do have some leeway around all that. You got your Atriox is chosen. If you have an engineer on top, then he's basically immortal, especially if you opt into plasma mines. You just basically stand on those plasma mines and kind of chill there, right? And out of that, you get a situation where if you get mass rammed, well, they're gonna eat the scorch damage from the plasma mines. Not something you want to take to the face. And then the engineer still heal up the guy. By the way, shout out to Gnocchi, who's donated another £5 via a YouTube super chat. Thanks very much indeed, sir. Good luck to the players, he says. Indeed. Not too much luck, but I hope they have fun. We got them heavy grunts on the way. Ooh, double pumped heavy grunts. And we're also gonna get methane. So the methane is gonna be buffing all the grunt types. And if you upgrade EMP for the heavy grunts, they're gonna be doing big massive damage. Methane also nerfs enemy units' armor, so you combine all those things, you get absolutely souped up EMP blasts. Vehicles just can't be used against them, to be honest. But the Chosen sure can, although he's also something that can be shut down. Morpsa says they've done it. Okay, very good. Morpsa was looking into them rules, and Legend provided the help. Legend is our new tournament manager, by the way, for anyone wondering. Please reach out to him if you have any questions. If there's any latenesses, that's not good. We're already like 15 minutes into the day, but you know, it is the Amateur League. I know some people are playing for the first time, so we can be a little bit forgiving. It's just, we gotta get a move on. So if you're still struggling, please reach out to Legend. See if he's in a good mood. Maybe he'll not give you admin losses if you're late. Freaky. What about the other side? Are we doing it there too? No, that's a chopper. That's a harvester. Okay, one strategy here is that you put raid camps on both of the mini bases on the sides, and then you just locally rally them all the way across to attack the other mini base. And if they manage to take them down, then you're suddenly going to be hugely up in the mini base count, which could be quite fantastic. We've seen the Plasmites earlier in combination with the Brute over there. Atriox is chosen. Pretty effective against this kind of crew. I'm shocked that we haven't seen actually the EMP upgrade yet from our Pikachu boy. What's going on with that anyway? There's the defensive chopper. Could have jumped down, I suppose. We still have a second upgraded generator. This is an unupgraded Mexican generator of all things. I've gotten a bunch of very upset YouTube commenters recently. How dare I call it a Mexican generator? Okay, guys, you need context for this. I realize not everyone has been around for years anymore. We're getting new faces these days, which is fantastic, to be honest, but I gotta explain it now. So, we've got a huge community of Mexican players, actually, right? And they may not always show themselves, but Amarante, Hachi, those guys used to be really big names, and I'm really hoping we can get them back at some point. I'm sure they will at some point play once more. But it's them. They do this. They put their extractors, these hyper expensive extractors, with each subsequent one you're paying 300 resources more. So that one is 500 instead of 200, right? Very, very high risk. So that is why we're naming them the Mexican generators, because only those guys do it consistently. And the reason they do it, nice EMPs by the way, the reason they do it is you get a little bit of fixed up idle time on your pads, like you don't have to juggle. Typically you start off with a bunch of pads, right? Just harvesters, and then you add in your second extractor much later. Or you do this, you go to tier 2 and you add in the third one. That's also a staple move. But anyway, if you just fill up all your mini bases with harvesters, then after a few moments of that income, you can make the second one. And what if I told you, you just save a little bit of resources and put it on the third mini base? That's absolutely valid. It's absolutely doable. You're gonna have to cut back a little bit on unit production, but you'll have the generator sooner, you'll have your tier 2 sooner. At great risk, of course. See, back home on the main base, it's easy to make some turrets. They'll be protecting the generators for a long, long time. Later down the line, you can put up a shield as well on your banished bases. Generators are absolutely prime targets. Like, upgraded ones cost another 300 power on top, right? So to remake them, 800 resources for the second one, 1100 for the third one, and so on and so forth. Chosen has been upgraded once more. And both players are tier 2. Pikachu here is spawning us some elites. They don't look so elite to me though, not in the face of the Chosen. Oh, we've got a drop. Okay, that is spooky. Because the methane is gonna nerf the base. We've got anti-building damage here in the form of Grunt Riders. The heavy grunts are not so bad themselves. But the Chosen is absolutely farming here for experience. All these kills are providing him with so much XP for sure. Can't be far away from the first star now. Where is it? First star when? Okay, this is getting a little scarier now with the Grunt Goblin also arriving. Everybody gets a hero unit after all. Well, Yap Yap gets 3. He's special. Oh, we got a teleport out. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are absolutely stick stacking that. The 4th point spent on teleport. Pretty wise decision if you ask me. Wait until you get the shields back. And really, do make an engineer. Do make an engineer, guys, to pair with the Chosen. This War Council right now is doing nothing, right? So if that was an Apex, you could make an engineer, heal the Chosen, heal the base, shield the base. And all that would add up to so much resource value over time, especially if the Chosen gets to make it to further stars. That's really your main goal from here. Well, further Grunt Goblins are made. What's really weird though is, oh god, the shield, is it coming up? Is it coming up? Woo! Says Blorgus. That's definitely what he said. That was epic. Shield came up just in time to block the beam. And I'm pretty sure we didn't have invulnerabilities available. Oh, another beam. That's from Blork. That's a 5th lethal power choice. Interesting. That is very interesting. Because normally people would go for like eradication, save it for the next fight, and then absolutely stomp in there. Obviously, Yap Yap has the goblins, so it's probably not as strategic to do that. They have this little heal ability that's also an invulnerability for all grunt types. And we're only seeing heavy grunts, so they're all gonna be invulnerable and won't have to worry about eradication and nasty powers like that. But the second base here for Blork is most certainly up and running, ladies and gents. Oh, we've got another generator. How many generators could Blork possibly need? The answer is yes. He needs them all. I'm entertained. Okay, mini base gets taken down. A freaky Freakachu is trying to expand, but he's gonna face an Atriox that's tier 3, has the production to make Wraiths. In fact, is gonna try to triple pump it. We also have the Apex for engineer production. This is gonna be freaky for Freakachu, definitely. I gotta say, what Blork is doing is actually very much in line with what the higher level players would do. We've got really good spending, so for Amateur League, I'm super impressed. We've had a little bit of, you know, blorking around in the early game, not quite doing the buildings right, but everything after that has been phenomenal. So I'll be really curious to see how far our man can make it. Still, this is a big blob out of our Freakachu man. And if you put together all of those EMP grunts, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be capable of handling just a few Wraiths. Getting through the shields is another story. Which is typically why you would see a Locust or two from Yap Yap players. We're not seeing that just yet. Hopefully we'll get around to it. Oh my goodness. Shreko, you just went over all the mines. Oh, there's another one. Stop eating mines. They're not food. Yikes. Well, the Chosen is probably gonna start working on even bigger veterancy points. Blork already has a 7 slot. Now Shreko could answer this with an expansion over there. And this is by far not over, ladies and gents. Shreko just clicked up into tier 3 as well. Hope you guys are liking the once again smooth controller business. Dare I say the spectating may be as smooth as my brain. Oh. That was a big dodge. All the units were made in secret, by the way. The Chosen is upgraded to his tier 3 status. The rifle barrel upgrade is complete and will be bringing a lot of power with it. There's gonna be a revenge beam, supposedly any moment. There it is, but Grunt Dome will counter that in full. Which also means there's not gonna be any further... Oh, what? What was that for? Mine's getting placed on the Yapper army. Probably need to hide under the shields a little bit here before things really get going. The mines do detonate, hurting those marauders a lot. But all is not lost for the Freakachu. This can still be recovered, I'd say. It's just not looking great. Yap Yap drop is coming in to reinforce. Methane is a much needed addition to this. There's no anti-air, which is greatly troubling indeed. Also, one of those gobbles isn't actually fighting. Also not great. The Blork is buying additional bases, laying on the dominance, doing Atriox things. Spending's really good. Just missing the population upgrade there, and potentially missing the... Oh, vehicle upgrades are coming. That's good. Should expect even more of those. But where's Shreko's tier 3 vehicles? Are we just shielding up everything? Oh, we're getting actually engineers. It's not a bad idea. Or reverse, excuse me. Gotta take care of those engineers. EMP is gonna basically stun lock that. Brave is almost gone. Should be possible to take it down. Shreko, don't leave now. He almost had it. Oh man. Okay, once there are like 2 free reavers, this is gonna be very much turning around. The Atriox army is still very, very small, but population has been upgraded. If the second population upgrade also goes through, things are gonna be very different around here. Methane is getting dropped. The army teleports out, so, you know, nothing really happened there. One Wraith gets picked. And Shreko lives to perhaps recover. We'll see. Adding in some shrouds. I don't like the shroud additions that much. I mean, they're gonna eat some of the reaver shots, yes, but they're also easy targets for them. Great takedowns on those methane wagons. Now the engineers are about to get it. Shreko just doesn't have enough Wraiths to keep up in the fight with DPS overall, so the vehicle versus vehicle war is definitely being won by Blork over here. Getting beamed. Oh, that's pretty bad. There's no teleport this time to save him. But the beam didn't do that much. Like, you kind of gotta keep it on the engineers in order to actually take him down. Are all the first rounds best of 3? Is asking more Morpstar. Yes. They're all best of 3. Okay, Blork is definitely building up a lot. Vehicle level 3 is even coming in. Could even opt for a Scarab if he decides to throw one of these Wraiths. I'm not sure Shreko is ready to deal with that. In fact, Shreko has a million he might go for a Scarab himself. That's what he's doing. This is on purpose. Well, let's see how good he's with that. So Blork, we're just remaking the army there. The tiniest army ever, but it's doing the job. Huh? An eradication here? What? It stripped the shield, and that's it. It did nothing. I thought I heard it. I'm like, where? Is it the main? Is it the army? No, it's the random base in the middle of here. I wish the leader powers had like a location indicator on the minimap. That would be great. Oh, dude. The units are invulnerable. Shreko's about to lose the base. Oh, man. He didn't recycle any of the expensive turrets. Oh, boy. Well, that scare better be worth it. It's coming out soon. Let's see if we can repeat the legendary Season 3 EOD versus Atriox scenario. Although that was with Colony, to be fair. Colony is insane at Scarab stuff. One-star Gobbo. That's the stuff. Few more seconds. Oh, it's locked. We're not gonna catch it, are we? There's a secret other unit coming out after. Oh, it's another Gobbo. Okay, Shreko, you're gonna show us here what you've got. Nope, he's gonna keep his secrets. Fine. Oh, superhero landing. There we go. Give him the business, come on. There's a bunch of blisterbacks here, but I'm not sure they're the right choice against this. The big boy should be stomping over everything pretty much. Plenty of healing available with Yap Yap, plus the shielding. But Shreko is turning it around a lot instead of actually shooting. Beam level 2 actually cleaves through the army, holy cow. Everything's severely hurt. So if Shreko took an engage now, that would be pretty good, but his stuff isn't around. He sent him on a little cleanup mission in the back. And he doesn't have reavers. Big mistake. Blorgus does have full population. Fully saturated bases pretty much. Or developed bases. Whatever you want to call it. And they're invisible, so you really need detection. And it's... attacking from here is not the brightest of ideas. Oh, there's also reavers, so the one engineer is gonna get picked off too, isn't it? Oh yes, it is. Ah! That's not the right place either to be. The Scarab isn't shooting, guys. He's not shooting. Blork just eviscerated the entire army of Shrekos minus the Scarab. Has got everything left still. And will be absolutely taking over this main base location. Just destroy the shield. And everything should be easy peasy lemon squeezy from there. And Shreko knows it. So this one is already over. Holy moly. Welcome everybody to Frontier. For this game number 2, Shreko is gonna be bringing Decimus. And on the other side we got Blorgus bringing Pavium. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell is going on here? These two leaders typically don't really get picked here. Pavium especially not. But maybe Decimus is fine. It's typically, anyway, Shipmaster, Arbiter, these kind of guys. Maybe Forge every now and then, Vortis. That's what you'll usually see. Serena. It will be interesting to find out what the strats are. I think Decimus is fine because if you just play aggressive and use Vortex on the initial buildings, you could do a lot of damage, but at the same time, if someone can pump out a lot of choppers, that's Pavium. Once again, we're a little bit behind on the buildings here for Blorgus, so the early game signature issue shows up once more. Has a lot of floating resources here, but later on he'll get a grasp of it. So it would seem, anyway. There's no aggressive unit training or anything like that. Oh, second power extractor in the back already. That's not how we do this. Usually there's gonna be a pad before that. Just so you can actually afford the mini bases, right? With the extra income, and then later you can make that power extractor. But, I mean, it will work probably if he's not getting rushed. Which Shreko isn't looking like a rushing type in this game. He didn't get a raid camp at all. We're gonna go hero, which is gonna be great for the bulk, but there's gonna be jump back brutes at the same time, so let's see who can hammer who the best. Maybe Shreko can get started with taking power nodes as well. The resources have been mostly picked up, but not all of it. It's been a pretty even split as well between the power barrels on the side. Shreko getting the one on the right. And on the left, that belonged to Blork. Pretty standard, slower early game here. Now the brutes coming here to cause a little trouble, but there are 4 grunts, 5 grunts to meet them. So they're not going to do that much damage, but it's also not negligible. The mini base is eventually going to be in trouble at this rate. I think it's fine. Like, these units are not free either, right? Warlord's going to be out in half a minute. In the meantime, these grunts can get to work. They're actually shooting down the sentinels first. I like it better when people start capturing when they have this many grunts. You know, just order one of them to start capturing. Because once you start shooting, you can't capture with the brute grunts. Unfortunately, it's one of the major bugs in the game. With the elite grunts, with the human units, it's fine. Not with the brute grunts. Very sad. So if we ever get a patch, it should be fixable. Shouldn't be a big deal at all to fix. Okay, Brute Boy gets taken down here as well. Doesn't look like there's many more coming, honestly. But tier 2 is. Blork has many upgrades all over the place. And should be able to soon afford another extractor here. Especially by the time this upgrade finishes up. Not sure I'm a huge fan of those additional choppers, because this is all like mine grunts. They're gonna delete the choppers. So best just cancel that and actually make that generator happen and then get out a Pavium or something. Maybe this time for just elite spam from the front. But we're gonna see suicide grunts. I mean, they could do a pretty good job if they manage to crash into the grunts here. And chopper suicide grunt would be a pretty good composition if it wasn't Decimus we're talking about, right? I mean, this is now. Oh my god, look how clumped up they are! Oh, the suicide grunts are making a run for it. That's a lot of grunt corpses right there. But they're gonna siphon their way out of this. There's an engineer over them. No squad actually fully died. Oh my god, I spoke too soon! Spoke too soon. Well, that generator might have been a little bit too ambitious, isn't it? Vortex gonna cause some trouble. The suicide grunt is deleting the grunts. However, 2 generators getting taken down there. Well over 1,000 resources worth of damage. That was absolutely worth it. Plus the income's gone. Whereas Shreko is continuing to get his income. Massive, massive little victory there. Good for Shreko. We might get the third game this way. Although, if anyone can change it, it's the Rangers. Once you get a blob of like 5 of them, even the hero isn't gonna easily handle the situation. But if you get to 4th point soon, we're really not that far off. Could imagine a nice little glassing beam here. But it's like Blork kind of knows he's pre-splitting the squads. They're not all clumped up in one blob. Either way, Shreko does make it to tier 2 here. Foundry's coming up. And the economy is looking okay. Don't count out Blork though. This is not over. Burnout can absolutely bring this back. Even if the situation isn't looking particularly great right now. Burnout is special. Yet another raid camp coming through. Ooh, the base actually gets cancelled. Well, recycled rather. You don't really get anything back from that. But you are denying the XP to the other guy. So I guess that's something. Ooh, I'm getting absolutely cooked in here. It's warm. It's very warm. Installation in these UK apartments, flats, there are quite something. I actually don't have to use the heating, even though outside it's like, what, 9 degrees Celsius? You're gonna have to, you American guys have to use a converter for that. I don't do Fahrenheit. But we're not far from freezing point. We got 4 squads of elites. It's not enough. Not with beam. Oh, that's Vortex actually. Vortex level 2. Surprisingly. The armor nerf is gonna make it so that the grunts actually can do some reasonable damage. Ninja expansion coming up, but sorry, Shreko has 2 of them and he's taking down the mini bases. And Rain of Fire is coming down. It's doing some work, but nothing too crazy so far. Suicide Grunts crash into the army, but these are upgraded brute squads, you see. There's extra members in there. And I think it shows in terms of power level. doing a whole lot more damage now as well. And with Siphon done, with the hero also upgraded, with tier 2 upgrade, you're gonna be stunning people now with the hammer whenever he hits. Of course, Boundless Siphon just creating a line of corpses. It's got no cooldown on it, it's really nasty. And it works outside of combat sometimes, which is also nasty. Basically, it's better than combat repair. And that's a 5th point for Colony, whereas Decimus gets this one at 4th point. Bonkers. GG is gonna be called for that one, so we are gonna get the decider match. Game 3 coming right up, ladies and gents. Don't go nowhere. Pikachu, also known as Shreko, playing as Forge. On the other side, we've got the Blork, playing as Jerome. Alright, well, Jerome is definitely one of those leaders that beats up Forge pretty damn bad if you play your cards right. There's a lot of counters to Forge's stuff in there, basically, so a little bit tough for Forge if they're overeager to use their standard tools, like, you know, the Grizzly drop timing and everything. I explained this before the match, but basically you'd be looking for Warthog runarounds, picking off whatever you can as Forge, and then hoping for the best until you can swap into the tier 3 endgame with some vultures, nuke a base, get out, get back in, use combat salvage, get great value out of those kinds of fights. But if the Forge does go into just a Grizzly drop, then Jerome has a hard counter available with Omega Team, just steals all your stuff, and then your whole drop did nothing. Great. Net gain of several 100 resources for Jerome there. It's almost 1,000 actually, if those powers are used, and obviously on the battlefield it's even bigger. Can't wait to see a Yap. I mean, we've had it at the very first match. Although, that wasn't a victory, as you can see on the screen. We usually get him a lot. He's a very popular leader. Second generator is coming. I wonder how committed we are going to be to tier 1 play here, because obviously you can very easily use up the income from 2 generators. We're already seeing 2 upgraded heavy supply pads, which is not nothing for Blork. This could absolutely go into Mastodons, but the more Jackrabbits I see, the less likely I think that is. At the moment, it's just the third one coming out of the base. This might be just mass rabbits, actually. If that's the case, then it's a massive advantage, however, to Shreko. He's going for a second generator, the Mexican generator. Now you guys know what that is. Nobody can accuse me of anything. Where is the Forge Hog, sir? Is it like upgraded already? This is very late. It better be. Oh, we've seen a little bit of animation cancellation there. Very nice. The Blork watches the streams for sure. More rabbits coming out. And this should be a tier 2 transition, right? I mean, we're making a turret. We haven't upgraded the Jackrabbits because we don't want to fight too hard with them, just enough to force out a response. I think that's the idea here. Pikachu's base is absolutely getting wrecked. Ooh, great ammo round catching all those rabbits. Let's see if the others can now follow up and actually get the kills. Doesn't look like it. These are too fast. Jerome does boost them with the passive, as you can see. Also get better damage. Yeah, Time for Heroes is such a good passive power while you're in low population mode. You can basically do whatever. If the Marines actually capture the power nodes at the same time, that would have been fantastic. But I think at this rate you can just pick off the base and still get the power nodes afterwards with this absolute control freak of an army. You're gonna control the map for sure. Control Freakachu. Tier 2 is still a ways out for Shreko as he hasn't upgraded that second generator in the back. Great Sin as Forge as they are so cheap to upgrade anyway. At least some damage is being dealt here. Trouble is, his own expansion is getting taken down by some very nice reset micro there. But all in all, there's a Jerome here and not much else to show for it. I'm sure there's gonna be turrets. And we've got the Cyclops bro out already. Maybe there will be Mastodons. But again, that just invites the tech switch into tier 3 and air. Mini base gets picked off as well. Kinda expected. No big surprise there. Both players kind of disengaging from each other, don't want to mess with the other's army. Which with Jerome, I understand. This hero is pretty slow. You push all the way here, the forge just loops around and you can't really follow. Not in time anyway. Victory Mines being an absolute nuisance, so wow. Another rabbit goes down there. That's tough. The Bombas. The base gets recycled though, so once again, Jerome isn't gonna get to grow the economy at all. Nice landing on the Mantis there. Catches the rabbit. Either way, the Warthog production has begun. And this time there will be an upgraded base. But we're also gonna see the Mastodons. So like I said, expect a difficult future for those hogs. They're gonna have to run around and pick the minis at most. And back home, the turrets will have to defend the base for the most part. Anti-vehicle turrets are basically a requirement, but if our Freakachu over here can upgrade to tier 3, then it's a different story altogether. Maybe even a third generator can be affordable for him. He puts it right now, it's totally fine. But now he does a turret first. There's a bunch of hogs. He wants to go, he can go. Spending all the resources, no third gen. Which will make any idea of a tier 3 air switch not easy to do. Generator is not upgrading here. You always gotta upgrade those things because, well, they generate double the income once they're upgraded. And they get more tanky too, which is important against harassing units like this. Like this Warthog group. pretty small turnout today on both Twitch and YouTube, actually. What's going on? Is everybody napping today? No surprised. Oh well. We've only done an hour, so I'm sure people will show up. Maybe it's the daylight savings change. I don't know. Oh wow, that's a lot of production here for Blork. Can all that actually be spent? Tier 3 is coming in, and there's a 4th generator on that main. Oh my goodness. So Omega team is absolutely not going to be difficult to put together. Pikachu still does not have a 3rd gen, but he's working on a 3rd base. Now the other one. Blork could very easily take this. I don't know about holding it, but could try and ninja steal it. Might work. Worth a shot. Anyways, tier 3 is done here. Cyclops are being made. Shock rounds is getting researched. This is serious anti-vehicle business for sure. And Shreko doesn't want it. He does not want to mess with any of that. But I think we've got the tier 3 upgrade coming here for Shreko soon as well, right? And then we can see the tier 3 Warthog. Can't be long now. Okay. The Bombas are doing a little work, but not too much. Even with the mines combined, it wasn't enough. I mean, you really need that Warthog ammo round shot in order to actually get the army to stand still for a second and take the full brunt of the hit. That didn't happen. Okay, we're gonna get some Marines into Mastodons as well. Infantry carry capacity is getting upgraded, but population still isn't there overall for Blork, and the army is getting caught. This is a very small army right now. Where's all this stuff? Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Even though there's shock round Cyclops in there. Oh wait, is it actually gonna hurt though? That Spartan morale is doing some work. The Cyclops are upgrading themselves as well to higher stars. And Shreko's hogs have been picked off pretty good. Then again, he didn't want to keep them for too long, as we are looking to swap into air anyway, right? Tier 3's nearly there. And he's pumping quite a few hogs still. I guess there's gonna be one more wave before the ultimate switch into vultures. Brutal playstyle this. You have to prepare so hard for the vehicle business, and then they just randomly show up with a bunch of vultures. Delete your base. He's just getting attacked, but it's okay. There's so many units coming to defend. This is turreted up as well, so really not that scary. But Shreko will need his population upgrade soon so he can make a bigger army. If he ends up trading away some of these Warthogs, that's also perfectly fine, by the way. Fighting and destroying the victory turret is quite something. Mastodons are gaining in numbers, but not in terms of... There's no filling in this. Where's the filling? Second turret is coming down. I'll definitely add a little bit to this, but actually the Mantis is doing some not so negligible damage to the base. If the other guys come around, this could be spooky because Shreko is here all the way on the far side. Still not actually upgrading the Forge Hog, by the way. But we've got Gauss Hogs, which is my favorite thing in the game. So that's nice. Let's see if they'll go hit the base. We do have an anti-vehicle turret in the back there. Front turret sadly has not been upgraded, but you know what? I can sense the restoration drones getting placed on this. Right, Shreko is actually giving up. He doesn't want the base anymore. He'll focus on the counter-attack though. Try to take care of those anti-vehicle turrets in the back, but oh, he's getting trash dumped. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah! Quarter of the Warthogs took a pretty big hit there. Still 2 anti-vehicle turrets left, and I'm sure the army will arrive back in time for the rest, right? Doesn't mean the Warthogs can't do a little cleanup and destroy some of the buildings, but I don't think they should stay here. Behind this, we're not seeing vulture production still, it's just more Warthogs. Very weird. That would be the right kind of counter right now. Force all those anti-vehicle turrets. Absolutely get Blorgus to tunnel vision on anti-vehicle business in general. None of that can shoot up. So the vultures will be absolutely devastating as a switch right now. Bit of a defensive move here now. Oh, and we've got the upgraded. Boy, he's strong. Not that strong. Pretty good pullback micro there on that weak Mastodon, by the way. Love that that got saved. You can just repair it. It's as good as new. Warthogs will be needing to look for a counter-attack. Also, once again, we got an unupgraded generator. Of those recurring little issues with the newer players. And in general, the defensiveness, right? Like, imagine spending all these resources. You could send out the Warthogs into different locations at the same time, get that back mini base, prevent that third base. Don't engage the army, but like try to snipe down one of these generators perhaps, although there's anti-vehicle turrets everywhere. It's not the easiest move, but it can be done. Even if you send like 5 Warthogs to die into one generator, that's not a bad idea. At least it keeps them at home, the other guy. These direct confrontations are gonna get harder and harder for Warthog players. The reason I say that is not because of upgrades or anything, but veterancy. Because the upgrades mostly keep up with each other, but veterancy, your Warthogs are not gonna get veterancy. The Cyclops and the Mastodons are. Oh, that scatter bomb was as good as it could get. Destroying 2 Nightingales already more than pays for it, and then there's the damage on top. Now, if the army was only around to punish this with a bunch of rams, that would have been epic. I'm not gonna get that, but we might get a nice little counterattack here with 100 populations worth of hogs running around. Shreko is definitely tunnel visioning into vehicles himself. I was kind of hoping he'd force Blork to tunnel vision, but it's... nah, both players are very much focused on the vehicle, which is anti-vehicle business. And this is what I was saying. 2 stars on some of these guys already. The Cyclops are absolutely having a party. That's what's happening. Happy Joy with the merch. Yes, we have a merch set up now. I'm actually gonna see if I can order one for the upcoming tournament that we've got. Let me see what I can do with that. Then showcase it for you guys. See if it's any good. It looks good on the pictures. I just haven't gotten one yet. But that reminds me. Thanks, Joey. Ooh. Pretty quick base destruction now that the Hellbringers have been added in, to be honest. With high infantry upgrades, that definitely does make a big difference. High population limit has been unlocked as well for Blork. His third base is probably toast as well, but the man's not without teeth. Counterattack is brewing here. And Shreko's main doesn't have upgraded turrets just yet. There are some more hogs coming out, but it's just hogs. And the only vehicle upgrade level 1. Oh my god, Shreko, what happened? He's only now getting level 2? That's not good. The turrets are getting destroyed by those Hellbringers. The buildings have clearly not kept pace with anything. Okay, we got the Grizzly drop to try and defend. But those Mastodons are full of Cyclops, so these guys aren't gonna work either. The hogs end up being home, but Spartan morale is pretty strong. The hero here, Jerome, is 2 stars. There's gonna be a bunch of bombasts dropping on top of this, but I think the army can take it. Especially under Jerome's powerful spells there. 3-star Cyclops. 3 stars. That's insanity. This is definitely not how Shreko wanted to go out in this series, but it is a double elimination tournament. He's got another shot down in the losers rounds, although those are best of 1. You know, you have to really perform there. There's no third life, let's just say. That's gonna be it, I think, ladies and gents. Our free country does not have population left, although some production is happening. It's not going to be enough. You just can't stop that. He knows it. There's a resignation, so yeah, very well done to Blork in his first showing here in the Metaplays Amateur League. Moving on to Winners Round 2, Shreko goes down in the losers bracket, but still has a shot. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support Metaplays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.